The following is a Richey on Sports production.
Purple, black, and gold. LSU baseball postseason, Saints offseason. The city of New Orleans is a must-see destination to visitors worldwide, and when you're on the famed Bourbon Street, a must-stop destination is right here at Spirits on Bourbon, one of the most talked about and up-and-coming bars in the heart of the French Quarter. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the Purple, Black, and Gold from Spirits on Bourbon, 615 Bourbon Street. I'm Eric Richey, alongside former Saints quarterback John Forcade, who for the second time this month is fresh off a trip to Oklahoma to help the tornado victims. John, welcome to the program. How'd your second trip go?
Actually, the second trip went better than the first trip because we had more supplies, bigger trailers, 3 26-foot trailers. We got up there. The only problem we had, though, there was only 3 of us unloading them 3 big trailers. It took us 5 hours, but we got there, and we had people waiting in line to get some supplies from us. I was thrilled about it. I was excited about it. Watch these people come up there, come to the storage place. You know what? I'm glad it's over and done with, but I wish we get more people to go up there and deliver more stuff. But it was a thrill. I was excited, Eric, and I'm thrilled for these people up there to get the supplies.
I could just tell a lot of people around the New Orleans area supported you as well. So we're certainly happy that you're back, and well done once again. For the next 30 minutes, keep it right here. LSU baseball. We'll go to Omaha, and we'll kind of put a wrap on an early exit for LSU, but also the Saints, and that's where we kick off this show. And we start, John, with one of the most unheralded wide receivers in the NFL, period. Of course, we're talking about Marques Colston, and it's hard to believe entering his 8th season now in the NFL. I don't know if that's more surprising or the fact that earlier this month, Marques turned 30 years old. Colston, again, doing his thing last season, leading the Saints with 1,154 yards receiving, his most since 2007. It does not seem that long ago when he was the unknown commodity coming out of Hofstra. Now he's the veteran with the roster full of young receivers.
It's funny, you know, these younger guys, they get it. You know, been here this entire offseason, and, you know, I've been working hard, and the only thing I try to do is just go out and you know, try to improve personally and, you know, just serve as a resource for those guys if they do have any questions. But we've got some really, really good young guys in our room, and it just makes it easier on the vets and you know, the coaching staff.
Now, one of those young receivers Marques was talking about, rookie Kenny Stills. The 5th-round pick out of Oklahoma is showing a lot of promise, is young and talented. Those, not my words, that's what Drew Brees said about Stills, who we talked to just before the Saints broke from their final session of OTAs.
It's been fun. You know, it's great to just get back to playing football. So much of the combine and all the pre-draft stuff, you know, it kind of takes a lot out of you. So it's good to just be back playing football and you know, showing the team what I'm capable of.
What are you capable of? What has stood out? What do you want the Who Dat Nation to know about Kenny Stills as a receiver?
You know, just right now that I'm not going to do any talking, I'm going to go out there and play. So, you know, the first chance that I get, you know, that people get a chance to see me, they'll see how I play.
John, let's take it back to Marques Colston and just look at some of the numbers that he has been putting up. Again, we almost take this guy for granted. Last season, 83 catches and led the Saints with 10 touchdowns and, again, 1,154 yards receiving. Now, his career numbers, he's already the Saints' all-time leader in touchdowns with 58. His first catch in 2013 will move him ahead of a first-place tie with Eric Martin, your old teammate, and he's 460 yards shy of breaking Martin's team record for receiving yards. John, you threw passes to Eric Martin. You've seen Joe Horn during his 7 years here with the Saints. Where do you think Marques Colston ranks all-time with the Saints receiving corps?
Well, Eric, I feel like he stands right there at the top of the top 3. Eric Martin is definitely in the top 3. Joe Horn, you probably want to put up there. But it's a shame that we look at this and realize these guys that are up there in the top 3 are not the speed burners. They're not the guys that they're going to light it up week in and week out, go down deep. These are the possession receivers that are making it big here in New Orleans. I threw to Eric Martin. I love what Marques Colston brings to the plate. He's a tall, rangy guy, sort of like with Eric, but he might have a little more speed than Eric, and that's not saying much. But overall, he's in the top 3 receivers of the New Orleans Saints.
John, another position up for grabs when training camp begins is for the backup quarterback spot behind Drew Brees. After being out of football for almost a full season, 9-year NFL vet Seneca Wallace is giving it another go with the Saints. A mobile QB who last played for the Browns, Wallace seems excited about getting a chance to make the roster with what he calls a, quote, healthy organization. Now, his biggest competition seems to be from another journeyman who's been in the NFL for a decade himself, former Louisiana Tech QB Luke McCown, who was brought into camp last year but could not unseat Chase Daniel, who's now in Kansas City.
Coming in, being a new guy, you know, it's always tough because you got to get used to everybody's faces. You're used to names, let alone get used to the playbook. You know, first time being around Coach Payton, you know, Pete Carmichael, Joe Lamar, all those guys. It's a bunch of stuff. So you really got to take a step back and just kind of take it all in.
Being here from day one this offseason makes a big difference. Obviously, anytime you get an extended period of time of learning and really you learn some of the intimate details of the offense and how it works, you're going to be more comfortable.
What's the competition been like for you and Luke and even Ryan?
I mean, it's been fun. You know, I mean, each day, like I said, you take it one day at a time, just competing, having fun most importantly. And, you know, the coaches put it in different situations. And, you know, obviously for myself, just trying to make sure that the biggest thing is spitting out the plays.
Well, I can tell you that about being what a backup quarterback brings to the table. First and foremost, the battle for the New Orleans Saints this season is in the backup quarterback position. It's not a starting position. It's the backup position. You must have somebody to back up Drew Brees. Drew goes down, this team's in trouble. But they have veteran quarterbacks to back these guys up. It's going to be a toss-up. Who makes the decision? Who gets in there? Who's the quarterback? Right now, I lean toward Wallace.
Wallace, Luke McCown, and let's not forget about Tulane's own Ryan Griffin. The young quarterback impressed many during minicamp. Time for our first break here on the Purple, Black, and Gold. An LSU recap from Omaha is still ahead, but first, we'll hear from another draft pick as John Jenkins looks to make his mark on the defensive front. As we roll on from Spirits on Bourbon, wonder where all those cool blue drinks are coming from? They're called the Resurrection, and they're served up in the flashing skull mugs. And you can even get them to go right here at 615 Bourbon. We call it Spirits on Bourbon.
Purple, Black, and Gold is brought to you by Roussel Tire and Car Care Center. It's worth the trip to Laplace for service like this. By MyHealthInsuranceLady.com. A free quote is a click away. By The Swamp Room, the home of the Swamp Burger. By Spirits on Bourbon. Come try our Resurrection, if you dare. By Riverside Academy, home of the Rebels, one of 7 Louisiana A+ schools. And by Aaron's, where you get flexible, affordable ownership plans on the top name brands in furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers.
At Roussel Tire and Car Care Center, we understand that tires are one of the most critical components for any vehicle. We have a wide selection of tires to fit your automotive needs with a complete line of Goodyear, Dunlop, and Kelly brands. Roussel Tire and Car Care Center is also a full-service automotive repair shop with an ASE certified master technician providing the best car care service in the area. When your car, truck, or SUV needs maintenance, bring it to us and get the job done right the first time. Our friendly staff looks forward to meeting you at Roussel Tire and Car Care Center, 421 Belterre Boulevard in Laplace. In the heart of the French Quarter, the recently renovated Spirits on Bourbon, as seen on Spike TV, is your must-see destination on Bourbon Street, with nightly entertainment featuring our dueling piano show. Sing along and have a great time. Spirits on Bourbon, with our world-famous signature drink, the Resurrection, served in our souvenir blinking skull mug with tons of booze and a jalapeno for extra kick. Or try the Barber beer. It's not a beer, it's a delicious mixed drink with whipped cream vodka, root beer schnapps, cream soda, and topped with whipped cream. Or if you dare, pay homage to our resident ghost, Edward Dubois, and have a shot in his barber chair. Come hungry. Our great food is served 24 hours a day, Thursday through Monday. Steaks, shrimp beignets, shrimp po' boys, and the best gumbo in the French Quarter. And for souvenirs, visit our website at spiritsonbourbon.com. Spirits on Bourbon, 615 Bourbon Street.
Shh, I got a secret.
That's right.
We've got a secret, and we want to share it with you. Riverside Academy. Don't judge us by our front door. Why don't you come on in and see what the Rebel Pride is all about?
I made the switch. I came out of retirement.
We made the switch.
I made the switch.
I made the switch, and so should you. Call Riverside Academy today.
I just feel like a sense of urgency. I can't wait to give everything I have to this organization. I know everybody's on the same path. You know, that big sign that used to be up there, do your job. I've heard those words before. I plan on doing it. I've had 2 Super Bowl rings. One of them won out here in Sweet Live Ass, New Orleans.
Welcome back to the Purple, Black, and Gold. Eric Richey alongside former Saints QB John Forcade. Rob Ryan brings us back from break. Year 9 now as a defensive coordinator in the NFL. Comes in with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. John, what do you think? How does Rob Ryan perform with this defense here in New Orleans?
Well, Eric, I feel this much about Rob Ryan. He's the second best thing to come back to New Orleans. Number 1 was Sean Payton. Sean's back. So they go out and get Rob Ryan. What other guy would you rather have out there? A guy with a chip on his shoulder, same as like Drew and the other guys. They want to come back now and show the whole NFL, we're the team to beat now. We won Super Bowls before. We want to come back here and win another Super Bowl. And I think Rob Ryan is going to turn that defense around. Can't get any worse. Remember, they were the worst team of all time last year. All you got to do is go out there and be 1 yard and 1 less point better. I think they'll do a lot better this season.
John, one guy who figures to play a key role in Rob's 3-4 defense is another draft pick, John Jenkins. Now, he's a guy who also played nose guard at Georgia in a 3-4 scheme as well. Paul Bourbon has his story.
John Jenkins may still be getting used to NFL life, but he certainly isn't getting caught up in the nuances of the pro game versus the college game, or even scheme versus scheme.
Every scheme is similar, just beat the man in front of you.
Jenkins has good reason to worry only about beating his man. It's something he did a lot of at the University of Georgia, where the 6'3", 350-pound tackle showed his versatility going inside and outside while mixing speed with power. Skills he says will translate to the pro game eventually.
That transition of trying to understand the scheme the best way I can. So once I master the scheme, I can start compromising my technique comparing to who I'm going against. If I'm going against a fast guy, I can use more strength once I get my hands on him. If I'm going against somebody who's slower than me, then I can use a lot of speed, you know? So I'm trying to understand the scheme, and then I'm going to start doing things that help me beat the man in front of me.
The Saints moved up in the 2013 draft so that they could get Jenkins, but they started to take interest in the defensive tackle in late January in Mobile.
During that time period, you really don't know. You're in a big gray area, so you don't know who has interest in you. It could be a team that wasn't even talking to you or reaching out to you. So, I mean, just to see that transition between the Saints and their organization and then pick me, it was like a lot of what if and this can happen maybe and things like that.
Shortly before Jenkins was drafted here by the Saints, his old defensive coordinator, Todd Grantham, was interviewed for the same position here in New Orleans. So did Grantham give the Saints a little inside info when it came to the big defensive tackle?
I mean, if that's the case, I'm happy, you know. I'm in a blissful situation, so if that's the case, man, things Coach Grantham, you know. But I just want to thank him anyway because he got me where I need to be, him and Coach Gardner. So I'm give a shout-out to them guys.
Jenkins is still a raw talent who played just 2 years at Georgia after a junior college career. But he's coming from a 3-4 to play in a 3-4 and hopes to be the same disruptive force with the Saints that he was with the Dogs. After all he has to do is just beat his man. In Metairie, Paul Bourbon for Purple, Black, and Gold.
Well, the best thing about John Jenkins is he's a big man. He better clog up the middle. The worst problem about John Jenkins is his weight problem. If you can keep that weight under 350 pounds, I saw a picture of him lately, and it's not 350. It's a little bit north of that. Keep it under 350, John Jenkins. I think he's going to be the biggest plus on that defensive line because the guys that had in the past were all busts. I don't think this guy's a bust. I like about him is that he went to the SEC school, Georgia, and he should have been probably picked a lot higher, but he wasn't. But I think people are underestimating the fact that he might not stay around 350. I hope he does. If he does, the Saints going to have a good anchor at the defensive nose guard.
That'll put a wrap to our Saints segment of Purple, Black, and Gold. John Forcade, as always, a pleasure. Thanks for being with us.
Anytime, Eric. You know me, baby. I'd love to be sitting next to you.
All right. We'll take a break right now from Spirits on Bourbon. When we return, from Black and Gold to Purple and Gold, we'll head back to Omaha for a look at what happened to the Tigers at the College World Series. we're at Spirits on Bourbon, 615 Bourbon Street, where they invite you to step into the barber chair of Edward Dubois, if you dare.
Aaron's is giving away stuff for free? People are gonna freak out.
During Aaron's June free-for-all, you'll find items in every department free.
Yes, ma'am. Get any new Maytag top-load washer dryer and get 6 months of Tide detergent free. She fainted.
And at Aaron's, you're pre-approved for up to $2,000 in merchandise without needing credit.
Yes, sir. This is free with this. Pinch you because you're dreaming? I'm not really comfortable with that.
Get started today at aarons.com/free.
Aaron's free-for-all. Wait a minute. Am I dreaming? Ow.
The Swamp Room on Veterans Boulevard in Metairie has everything you're looking for. The home of the Swamp Burger, juicy steaks, and a healthy portion of cheese fries. All part of a full-service grill that stays open late. Happy hour every day, 11 to 7, with a wide selection of 22 different beers on tap with hundreds of different bottles to choose from. Compete with your friends on pool tables, darts, golden tee, or try your luck on video poker. 17 flat screen high-def TVs to watch LSU, the Saints, NFL ticket, and the MLB package at the Swamp Room, 5216 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie.
At myhealthinsurancelady.com, we offer online quotes for Blue Cross, Humana, and Coventry, just to name a few.
That's My Health Insurance Lady.
We offer you expert advice on choosing a plan that's right for you and your family.
That's My Health Insurance Lady.
So go to myhealthinsurancelady.com for your health insurance needs.
That's My Health Insurance Lady.
myhealthinsurancelady.com.
This portion of Purple, Black, and Gold is brought to you by Aaron's. Look to Aaron's for flexible, affordable ownership plans on the top brand names in furniture, electronics, appliances, and computers. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. Visit Aaron's.com for details.
We have to be men about it. We have to accept it. You know, the finality of it all, the sudden finality of it all. And, you know, in time we'll I think, reflect on our season and realize it was really a special season in so many different ways. But right now it just hurts because we came here to win a championship, the big championship, and we came up short.
Paul Maneri brings us back from break, and for LSU baseball, a stunning end to the season after just 2 games at the College World Series. First, there was a 2-1 loss to UCLA, where a pair of Tiger errors led to both Bruin runs. Then, just 2 days later, LSU eliminated by top seed North Carolina 4-2, ending the historic season with the 57-11 record. The Eye of the Tiger is brought to you by Roussel Tire and Car Care Center. For all your car care needs, stop by Roussel's on Belterre Boulevard in LaPlace.
Carolina wins. Changeup gets Ibarra, and LSU's season is over.
In a word, flabbergasting, as a 57-win LSU team comes to the College World Series and goes 2-0 after losing the elimination game to North Carolina 4-2.
Then we came out here and we just didn't play very well. You know, we didn't play our best baseball. And we'll sit down and analyze why it happened. You know, we did some good things. I mean, it wasn't like we came here and got blown out by teams. We lost a 2-1 game and a 4-2 game. You know, but today was a very frustrating day because we had so many opportunities and we had good hitters up at the plate, and we just couldn't cash in and get those hits when we needed to.
From your perspective, what happened here in Omaha to LSU baseball?
You know, we went 2-0, and that's nothing we would ever want to do, and you know, it's upsetting. But you know, I'm sure they'll be able to bounce back. But for some of us that are gone, you know, it's heartbreaking.
We came here, we didn't get the job done of what we wanted to do. But like Coach said, as long as you know we don't have any regrets, you know, then we should be proud of ourselves because we had a very good season. I feel just so sorry for all the seniors that put in all their hard work, and it kills me to to know that they're not going to be putting on an LSU uniform.
So now the question, what will this team be remembered for? A school record-tying 57-win season or a stunning 2-0 here at the College World Series?
Everybody wants to win the last game. And we've done that exactly 6 times in the history of our university. So, initially the disappointment and the hurt is going to be immense. But as time goes on and we reflect on the season, You know, you can't judge a season simply by what we did in 2 games when we've had such a remarkable year over 66 games.
Just looking back, it was a great season, honestly. A lot of championships were won. We just didn't win the last one, but overall it was a good season and a great team.
At the podium in the post-game news conference, the pain of this loss was evident.
You know, in Rafe's case, Rafe's just had such an up and down season, and we've worked hard with him. We've tried our best. He's the greatest kid in the world. I mean, I love him like my own children. And I just feel bad for him, I'm sure he's, knowing that kid, he's going to excuse me. He's going to blame himself, and he can't do that.
Zero regrets whatsoever. This is the best baseball season of my life, regardless of winning it. I never would want to play with another group of guys.
In Omaha, I'm Richey with your CST College World Series report. The 2 in barbecue may be what is fresh, but no denying what a run the 2013 season was for LSU baseball, tying the school and SEC record with 57 wins, claiming an SEC West championship, an SEC tournament championship, a regional and super regional crown along the way. Good luck to those Tigers who now shift their attention to professional baseball. Time for another break. When we return, it's the purple, black, and gold, right? Well, the Baltimore Ravens are purple, and the defending Super Bowl champ was back at Nicholls State for a summer football camp. We have that story, plus we'll close out the show with a little Mojo. We'll explain. At Roussel Tire and Car Care Center, we understand that tires are one of the most critical components for any vehicle. We have a wide selection of tires to fit your automotive needs with a complete line of Goodyear, Dunlop, and Kelly brands. Roussel Tire and Car Care Center is also a full-service automotive repair shop with an ASE certified master technician providing the best car care service in the area. When your car, truck, or SUV needs maintenance, bring it to us and get the job done right the first time. Our friendly staff looks forward to meeting you at Roussel Tire and Car Care Center, 421 Belterre Boulevard in Laplace. In the heart of the French Quarter, the recently renovated Spirits on Bourbon, as seen on Spike TV, is your must-see destination on Bourbon Street, with nightly entertainment featuring our dueling piano show. Sing along and have a great time. Spirits on Bourbon, with our world-famous signature drink, the Resurrection, served in our souvenir blinking skull mug with tons of booze and a jalapeno for extra kick. Or try the Barber beer. It's not a beer, it's a delicious mixed drink with whipped cream vodka, root beer schnapps, cream soda, and topped with whipped cream. Or if you dare, pay homage to our resident ghost, Edward Dubois, and have a shot in his barber chair. Come hungry. Our great food is served 24 hours a day, Thursday through Monday. Steaks, shrimp beignets, shrimp po' boys, and the best gumbo in the French Quarter. And for souvenirs, visit our website at spiritsonbourbon.com. Spirits on Bourbon, 615 Bourbon Street.
This portion of Purple, Black, and Gold is sponsored by Riverside Academy, home of the Rebels, and one of 7 Louisiana A+ schools where academics, arts, and athletics are important.
The very first time Ladarius Webb played a game for Nicholls State, he wound up with 3 interceptions. He parlayed that All-American collegiate career into NFL stardom with the Baltimore Ravens. Last season, fresh off a whopping new contract, he was having another great year when he tore his ACL against the Cowboys and was done for the season in October. Although he was on the sidelines at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, he was still a Super Bowl champion. And when he returned to Nicholls State for his annual football camp, George Becknell was there, a guy who used to cover him when he was in college.
When I first came, I fell in love with the people around here. They took me up under their arms and they welcomed me here. That's why I'm here today, giving back, showing that I really appreciate it and I care.
Talk about your journey a little bit. I mean, you were at Southern Mississippi,
yes,
so you transfer here, which is, a championship subdivision program, and, you make it to the NFL and have success. So what maybe from, your story can you impart to the young people?
Basically just facing adversity, because, all through life you're going to face adversity. it's easy falling down, but it's hard to get back up. Just letting the guys know that, you know, whenever you do reach the hard times in life, you got to keep fighting, because storms don't last always. And that kind of, you know, describes my whole life, you know, where I go through some storms, which I'm going through one now with my ACL, you know, my second knee injury. But like I said, storms don't last forever. You have to fight your way up out of it. You have to believe. All about facing adversity.
As we head into our final break, we check in now with another professional football team in New Orleans that dons the black and gold. As told through the eyes of videographer Ron Kennedy, here's the story on a women's professional football team in New Orleans that just wrapped up its inaugural season. The story now of the New Orleans Mojo.
We are Mojo! This is women's football! Run! Just take off! Take off! Take off, run!
It's like a rush. It's kind of like jumping out of a plane, so you stay on the ground. Like my position, I don't know about other people's positions, I just play my own, so it's like once they give you the ball, it's like 11 people on your side, 11 people on their side, and you're just trying to find a little bitty hole that's there for 5 seconds, so it's like a big rush.
Probably be shocked that we can play just as hard as the boys do and with just as much as intensity, but then, you know, we can still walk off the field and be a girl, but, you know, we walk right back on and we get that intensity back. And so I think it's just an interesting thing that people should see, and that I hope it continues to grow every year that the team is around.
Let's always go play football with the boys. I enjoy the game. I love the game. Back then when I was little, I used to beat all the boys in the neighborhood, so that gave me that inspiration, you know, to want to make football co-ed for women.
Whatever's going on outside, it doesn't matter one bit, because when you're on that field, the only thing you worry about as a defensive end is getting that ball, getting that quarterback, and it's the best feeling in the world not to have to worry about stress or anything outside of football.
At myhealthinsurancelady.com, we offer online quotes for Blue Cross, Humana, and Coventry, just to name a few.
That's my health insurance lady.
We offer you expert advice on choosing a plan that's right for you and your family.
That's my health insurance lady.
So go to myhealthinsurancelady.com for your health insurance needs.
That's my health insurance lady.
myhealthinsurancelady.com. At Roussel Tire and Car Care Center, we understand that tires are one of the most critical components for any vehicle. We have a wide selection of tires to fit your automotive needs with a complete line of Goodyear, Dunlop, and Kelly brands. Roussel Tire and Car Care Center is also a full-service automotive repair shop with an ASE certified master technician providing the best car care service in the area. When your car, truck, or SUV needs maintenance, bring it to us and get the job done right the first time. Our friendly staff looks forward to meeting you at Roussel Tire and Car Care Center, 421 Belterre Boulevard in Laplace. Well, that'll put a wrap on this version of Purple, Black, and Gold, not only this show, but this season as well. As we bid adieu from Purple, Black, and Gold, we brought you not only LSU baseball, but Saints football all through the month of June right here on CST. Again, here from Spirits on Bourbon, nightly dueling piano shows. Check this out. It's worth the trip for sure. 615 Bourbon Street, Spirits on Bourbon. Now, for all the good folks who help us here each week with the Purple, Black, and Gold, and for John Forcade, I'm Eric Richey saying so long, everyone, and thanks for watching.